in the dim cafeteria of Jefferson High in rural Willow Creek, Iowa, where the air reeked of overcooked mystery meat and unspoken prejudices. Alex Thompson's tray slammed down with a thud that echoed like a gunshot through his soul. He stared at the slop before him, rotten apples smeared with cafeteria grime, a sandwich laced with spit and dirt, courtesy of Jake Harlan and his sneering posse who whispered faggot like it was his middle name. But in that moment, as tears stung his eyes and isolation clawed at his chest, Alex vowed silently that this humiliation wouldn't define him. It would forge him into something unbreakable. The bullying started innocently enough, or so it seemed in hindsight. But in the heartland of America where cornfields stretched endlessly and conformity was king, being different was a crime. Alex, a slight boy with floppy brown hair and a passion for sketching dreams in his notebook, had always felt out of place. He loved the way the sun dipped behind the silos at dusk, painting the sky in hues of pink and orange. But inside, he harbored a secret that burned brighter than any sunset: his attraction to boys. A truth he confided only to his journal under the cover of night. Jake Harlan, the star quarterback with broad shoulders and a smirk that could cut glass, ruled the school like a small-town tyrant. His father owned the local hardware store, and Jake carried that entitlement like a crown. "Hey, fairy boy," Jake would jeer during lunch, his friends laughing as they tampered with Alex's food, mixing in mud from the football field, or worse, things Alex didn't want to think about. One particularly brutal day, after Alex was caught staring a second too long at a classmate in gym class, Jake cornered him in the locker room. "You like what you see, perv," Jake snarled, shoving Alex against the cold metal. The punches that followed left bruises that faded, but the words etched scars that lingered. Alex's home life offered little refuge. His parents, hard-working farmers named Tom and Linda Thompson, loved him fiercely, but in that stoic Midwestern way that shied away from emotions. When Alex tried to tell them about the bullying, his father grunted, "Toughen up, son. Boys will be boys." His mother baked apple pies and hugged him tight, but she didn't probe deeper, fearing what she might uncover. So Alex buried his pain, channeling it into his art drawings of faraway cities where people like him could walk hand in hand without fear. As freshman year bled into sophomore, the torment escalated. Jake's gang started a whisper campaign, spreading rumors that Alex was recruiting in the bathrooms. Notes stuffed into his locker read "die," queer in jagged scrawl. Lunch became a battlefield. Alex often skipped it, his stomach growling in class as he pretended to focus on algebra. But one afternoon, starving and desperate, he accepted a peace offering from Jakey, a burger that looked normal but tasted of betrayal, laced with something foul that sent him retching to the nurse's office. The school dismissed it as pranks, but Alex knew better. It was hate, pure and simple. Yet amid the darkness, a flicker of light emerged. In art class, Alex met Mia Rodriguez, a fiery Latina girl with a sketchpad of her own and a no-nonsense attitude. "Those jerks are idiots," she said one day, sliding her chair closer. "You're talented, Alex. Don't let them dim your shine." Mia became his confidant, the first person he came out to fully. "I'm gay," he whispered during a late-night phone call, his voice trembling. "And that's okay," she replied, her words a lifeline in the storm. By junior year, Alex had grown resilient, his frame filling out from secret workouts in the barn, his mind sharpening with books on self-acceptance smuggled from the library. He joined the drama club, finding solace on stage where he could be anyone but himself. Jake's bullying persisted, but Alex learned to dodge, to deflect with wit. "At least I know who I am," he'd quip under his breath, though inside, the wounds festered. Senior year brought a turning point. At the prom, where streamers hung like false promises. Alex mustered the courage to ask out a boy from a neighboring school ultimately, via email. Word got out, and Jake ambushed him in the parking lot, forcing rotten fruit down his shirt while chanting slurs. Humiliated, Alex fled home, sobbing in his room. That night, he packed a bag. "I'm leaving after graduation," he told Mia. "New York City, where I can be free." Graduation came like a release. As Jake strutted across the stage to cheers, Alex walked with quiet dignity, his diploma ticket out. He hugged his parents goodbye at the bus station, promising to call. The Greyhound rumbled east, carrying him from the flatlands to the skyscrapers, where dreams awaited, and so did love. In the bustling streets of Manhattan, where diversity pulsed like a heartbeat, Alex reinvented himself. He enrolled in culinary school on a scholarship, drawn to the alchemy of food, turning simple ingredients into comfort, into art. "Food saved me," he'd later say, remembering how cooking with his mom had been his escape. Now, in a tiny apartment in Brooklyn, he experimented with flavors, blending Midwestern heartiness with global spices. It was in culinary school that he met Ethan Ramirez, a charismatic sous chef in training with warm hazel eyes and a laugh that lit up rooms. Ethan, hailing from a vibrant Mexican-American family in Chicago, was openly gay and unapologetically proud. Their first encounter was in a knife skills class. Ethan's steady hand guided Alex's shaky one. "Like this, mi amigo," Ethan said, their fingers brushing, sparking electricity. Romance bloomed slowly, tentatively. Late-night study sessions turned into walks in Central Park, where autumn leaves crunched underfoot. "Tell me about Iowa," Ethan urged one evening, as they shared a bench overlooking the reservoir. Alex opened up, the words tumbling out: the bullying, the isolation, the filthy food that symbolized his degradation. Ethan listened, his hand squeezing Alex's. "You're a survivor," he whispered, pulling him close for their first kiss under the stars. Their relationship deepened, a balm for old wounds. Ethan introduced Alex to his family boisterous gatherings with tamales and mariachi music, where acceptance flowed freely. "We love who you love," Ethan's abuela said, hugging Alex tight. Inspired, Alex reached out to his own parents, coming out in a tearful call. To his surprise, they listened. "We just want you happy, son," his dad said gruffly, a crack in his voice. Together, Alex and Ethan dreamed big. After graduation, they opened a small eatery in the East Village called Heart's Harvest, a fusion spot serving comfort food with a twist: Iowa corn chowder infused with Mexican chilies, pies that tasted like home but with exotic fruits. Business boomed. Critics raved about the emotional depth in every bite. Alex poured his soul into it, each dish a rebellion against the filth he'd been force-fed. Years passed in a whirlwind of love and success. Alex and Ethan married in a simple ceremony in the park, rings exchanged amid cheers from friends old and new. Mia flew in from Iowa, her eyes misty. "You did it," she said. But beneath the joy, Alex carried a quiet resolve to give back, to feed those in need. That's when they started the Soup Kitchen initiative: free meals every Sunday for the homeless, the struggling. No one should go hungry, Alex insisted, remembering his own skipped lunches. Ethan nodded, his support unwavering. Little did Alex know, fate was about to serve up a twist of its own. One crisp fall Sunday, as steam rose from pots of hearty stew in the community center turned Soup Kitchen, a lanky teenager shuffled in, his hoodie pulled low, eyes downcast. He looked about 16, with tousled blonde hair and a familiar jawline that tugged at Alex's memory. The boy Ryan, As he introduced himself, timidly devoured the meal like it was his first in days. "Thanks," he muttered, avoiding eye contact. Alex felt a pang, something inexplicable. As Ryan returned the next week, then the next, Alex struck up conversations. "Rough times?" he asked gently one day, sliding an extra slice of pie. Ryan opened up slowly. His dad had lost his job. The family farm foreclosed. "He's not great," Ryan admitted, staring at his plate. "Yells a lot, especially since Mom left." The name dropped like a bomb. Harlan. Ryan Harlan. Son of Jake Harlan, the bully who'd made Alex's life hell. Shock rippled through Alex, but he masked it with a smile. "Everyone deserves a second chance," he said, echoing Ethan's words from years ago. Inside, turmoil brewed, anger at Jake, pity for Ryan. Ethan noticed Alex's distraction that night, as they cuddled on their couch overlooking the Brooklyn Bridge. "What's eating you, amor?" he asked, stroking Alex's hair. Alex confessed, the old pain resurfacing like a ghost. "His dad. He destroyed me." Ethan held him tighter. "But you're not him. Show the kid kindness. It's what makes you you." Inspired, Alex delved deeper. He learned Ryan was gay too, struggling with it in silence, fearing his father's wrath. "Dad hates people like me," Ryan whispered one Sunday, tears welling. Alex's heart ached, history repeating itself. "You're not alone," Alex said, sharing snippets of his story without naming names. "I was bullied too. But I found love. Purpose." Their bond grew. Alex mentored Ryan, teaching him basic cooking skills in the kitchen after hours. "Food is love," Alex explained, as they chopped onions side by side. Ryan blossomed, his shy smiles turning confident. Ethan joined in, the three forming an unlikely family unit. Then came the confrontation. Jake Harlan showed up one evening, disheveled and desperate, searching for his son. "Ryan," he barked, spotting the boy. His eyes landed on Alex, recognition dawning like a storm cloud. "Thompson. You." The air thickened with tension. Jake's face twisted remorse. Defiance. "I heard about this place," he grumbled. Ryan froze, but Alex stepped forward, voice steady. "Everyone's welcome here. No judgments." Over lukewarm coffee, truth spilled. Jake admitted his failures, the hardware store bankrupt. His marriage crumbled under his anger. "I was a jerk back then," he muttered, avoiding Alex's gaze. "Scared of what I didn't understand." Alex listened, the boy inside him screaming for revenge. But the man he'd become chose grace. "I forgive you," he said simply. "For Ryan's sake." Tears flowed Jake's, Ryan's, even Alex's. Ethan watched from afar, pride swelling. Ryan came out to his dad that night, braced for explosion. But Jake, broken and humbled, hugged him. "I'm sorry, son. I'll try." In the months that followed, healing unfolded like a slow-cooked meal. Jake volunteered at the soup kitchen, his rough hands washing dishes, learning humility. Ryan thrived, interning at Heart's Harvest, his laughter filling the space. Alex and Ethan expanded their family, adopting a rescue dog named Hope. One evening, as the sun set over the city skyline, Alex reflected on the journey from the filthiest food in an Iowa cafeteria to feeding souls in New York. "Karma isn't revenge," he told Ethan, their fingers intertwined. "It's growth." the bully's son, now like a nephew, ate for free not out of pity, but love. And in that act, Alex found the ultimate redemption, turning pain into purpose, hate into humanity. The transformation wasn't overnight, but it simmered like a pot of Ethan's famous pozole, rich with layers of flavor and time. Alex watched as Jake Harlan grappled with his past, showing up sporadically at first, then more regularly, his calloused hands scrubbing pots with a fervor that spoke of atonement. Ryan, caught in the middle, navigated the choppy waters of family reconciliation, confiding in Alex during their cooking sessions. "Dad's trying," Ryan said one afternoon, kneading dough for biscuits. "But it's weird, you know, seeing him vulnerable." Alex nodded, his own memories flashing the taunts, the tainted lunches, but he pushed them aside. "Change is messy," he replied, dusting flour from his apron. "Like baking. Sometimes you burn a batch, but you keep going." Their eatery, Heart's Harvest, had become a hub not just for food, but for stories. Patrons shared tales over steaming plates, immigrants finding footing, artists chasing dreams, LGBTQ plus youth seeking solace. Alex thrived in this role, his empathy a secret ingredient. Ethan, ever the anchor, balanced the chaos. "You're too forgiving," he teased one night, as they prepared for a busy dinner rush. But his eyes sparkled with admiration. Their marriage was a testament to resilience 5 years strong, marked by anniversaries celebrated with rooftop picnics and whispered vows. Ethan's family visited often, filling their apartment with laughter and Spanish lullabies, a stark contrast to Alex's quieter roots. Back in Iowa, Alex's parents had evolved too. After his coming out, tentative calls turned into visits. Tom Thompson, once gruff, now sent care packages of homegrown corn, and Linda baked cookies for the soup kitchen. "Proud of you, son," Tom said during a video call, his voice thick. It healed fractures Alex didn't know still ached. But shadows lingered. Jake's presence stirred old fears. Alex dreamed of high school humiliations, waking sweat-drenched. Why help him? He asked Ethan one sleepless night. Ethan pulled him close. "Because you can. It's your power." As winter blanketed New York in snow, Ryan's situation worsened. Jake relapsed into anger during a heated argument, shouting slurs that echoed his past. Ryan fled to Alex and Ethan's door, backpack in hand. "I can't stay there," he sobbed. They took him in without hesitation, converting their guest room into a haven. "You're safe here," Alex assured, hugging the boy who reminded him so much of his younger self. The next day, Jake arrived, contrite and hungover. "I messed up," he admitted, snow melting on his boots. Alex confronted him calmly. "Words hurt, Jake. They did back then, and they do now." Jake hung his head. "Teach me how to fix it." And so began unlikely lessons conversations over coffee, where Alex shared resources on LGBTQ plus allyship, books like The Velvet Rage that had saved him. Ryan flourished under their care. He came out at his high school, bolstered by Alex's stories, and started a GSA club. "You're my hero," he told Alex, eyes shining. Alex blushed. "Nah, kid. You're yours." Spring brought renewal. Heart's Harvest hosted a fundraiser for queer youth, drawing crowds. Mia flew in again, her presence a bridge to the past. "Look at you, changing lives," she said, clinking glasses. Jake attended, awkwardly at first, but he donated tools for the kitchen remodel. "Least I can do," he muttered. Romance rekindled for Alex and Ethan amid the bustle. A weekend getaway to the Hamptons, waves crashing. Hands held reminded them of their spark. "I love you more every day," Ethan whispered, as they watched the sunrise. Alex smiled, his heart full. Yet drama loomed. Rumors swirled. Jake's ex-wife sued for custody, citing his instability. Ryan panicked. "I don't want to leave Dad, but..." Alex stepped in, connecting them with legal aid through his network. "Family isn't perfect," he said, "but it's worth fighting for." The court date arrived tense. In a sterile Manhattan courtroom. Jake testified, voice steady, "I've changed." Thanks to Alex. The judge, moved, granted joint custody with conditions. Relief washed over them. Ryan hugged his dad. Then Alex. "You saved us." Summer hummed with possibility. The soup kitchen expanded, partnering with local shelters. Alex mentored more kids like Ryan, his story inspiring TEDx talks. From filth to feast, he titled one, drawing laughs and tears. In quiet moments, Alex reflected on the irony feeding the son of his tormentor. For free, out of compassion. It wasn't revenge. It was victory. Ethan agreed. Their love the true triumph. As autumn leaves painted Central Park in fiery reds and golds, Alex's life felt like a well-seasoned dish complex. Satisfying, with just enough spice. Heart's Harvest buzzed with energy. A new menu featured Ryan's creation, Redemption Tacos, filled with Iowa beef and Mexican flair. The teen had become a fixture, bussing tables after school, his confidence blooming like the herbs in their window garden. Jake's redemption arc continued, faltering at times. He joined a support group for parents of LGBTQ+ kids, sharing his shame. "I was the bully," he confessed in one session Alex attended as a guest speaker. "But forgiveness taught me grace." Their relationship evolved from wary to respectful shared barbecues, where old stories were retold with humor, not hurt. Ethan noticed Alex's growth. "You're glowing," he said one evening, as they danced in their kitchen to old jazz records. Their intimacy deepened. Stolen kisses amid chaos. Nights tangled in sheets whispering dreams of adoption. "Someday," Ethan promised. But life, ever dramatic, threw a curveball. A health scare for Alex's mom. A fall on the farm brought him back to Iowa. Flying home, memories flooded, the cafeteria horrors. Jake's sneers. Linda's hospital room smelled of antiseptic and apple blossom perfume. "Missed you," she whispered, gripping his hand. Tom hovered, awkward but affectionate. During the visit, Alex confronted lingering ghosts. Driving past Jefferson High, he stopped, staring at the building that housed his nightmares. "It's smaller now," he told Ethan over the phone. Closure came unexpectedly. Jake called, offering help with farm chores. "Least I can do," he said. Alex accepted, and as they mended Fincest literally conversations flowed. "Why do you hate me so much?" Alex asked. Jake sighed. "Fear. Of myself. Maybe." Hints of Jake's own repressed feelings surfaced, adding layers to his regret. Back in New York, Ryan faced his own trials. A school bully targeted him, echoing history. "They called me names," he confided, bruised ego more than body. Alex's advice, stand tall. And know you're loved. Together, they role-played responses, turning pain into power. The eatery's success attracted media. A feature in the New York Times highlighted Alex's journey, from bully to benefactor. Quotes poured in me as pride, Ethan's love, even Jake's apology. "He fed my soul," Jake said. The article went viral, drawing donors and diners. Romance peaked during a surprise trip Ethan planned, a cabin in the Catskills, where they hiked trails hand in hand. "Marry me again," Ethan joked, but his eyes were serious. They renewed vows informally, under a canopy of stars, vows of eternal support. Winter's chill brought warmth through community. The soup kitchen hosted a holiday feast, where strangers became friends. Ryan performed a spoken-word piece about acceptance, dedicating it to Alex. Tears flowed. Jake clapped loudest. Yet tension brewed. Jake's job hunt faltered. Temptation to old habits loomed. One night, he showed up drunk, ranting. "Why help me?" He slurred. Alex steadied him. "Because hate ends with us." Sobering words led to Jake's breakthrough therapy. Stability. Spring renewal saw Ryan graduate high school. Valedictorian speech touching on kindness. "My mentors showed me family isn't blood, it's choice," he said, glancing at Alex and Ethan. Applause thundered. Alex's parents visited New York, marveling at the city. "You've built something beautiful," Tom said, touring the eatery. Linda hugged Ethan. "Our son-in-law." As summer approached, Alex pondered expansion, a second location, perhaps in Chicago, blending homes. Ethan grinned. "Our empire." In reflection, Alex saw the tapestry, bullying woven into forgiveness, loneliness into love. Feeding Ryan for free wasn't charity. It was closing the circle, proving humanity's capacity for change. The rhythm of New York's summer's humid days. Vibrant nights mirrored the crescendo in Alex's life. Hart's Harvest thrived, lines out the door for their signature dishes. Ryan, now a college freshman studying culinary arts, worked part-time, his energy infectious. "This place is magic," he told customers, serving with flair. Jake had stabilized, landing a job at a construction firm. His relationship with Ryan mended stitch by stitch fishing trips. Honest talks. "Thanks for pushing me," Jake told Alex over beers. "You didn't have to." Alex shrugged. "We all deserve seconds." Ethan and Alex's bond deepened amid the bustle. Date nights involved rooftop gardens, sharing gelato under string lights. "You're my home," Alex murmured, Ethan's head on his shoulder. Plans for adoption progressed. Paperwork filed. Dreams of a child filling their conversations. Drama resurfaced when a former classmate from Iowa messaged Alex Bart of Jake's old gang. Now remorseful. Saw the article. "Sorry for everything." It stirred emotions. But Alex replied graciously, "Forgiven." Move forward. The soup kitchen evolved into a nonprofit, Harvest Hope, offering cooking classes for at-risk youth. Alex taught, his story inspiring. One student, a trans teen named Jordan, echoed his past. "You're proof it gets better," Jordan said. Alex hugged them. "It does." Fall brought anniversaries, 10 years since leaving Iowa. Alex hosted a reunion at the eatery Mia. Parents, even Jake and Ryan. Toasts raised, laughter echoing. "To new beginnings," Alex said, clinking glasses. But challenges loomed. A fire at the eatery electrical fault devastated the kitchen. Insurance covered basics, but rebuild costs soared. Community rallied, fundraisers, volunteer labor. Jake led the crew, hammer in hand. Paying it forward, he grunted. During reconstruction, Alex and Ethan volunteered at shelters, keeping the mission alive. Ryan helped, his maturity shining. "This is family," he said. Romance amid ruins. Ethan proposed a spontaneous vow renewal in the park. Rings reaffirmed. through fire and feast. He vowed. Alex laughed, tears in eyes. Winter's holidays amplified joy. Harvest Hope's first gala raised funds. Celebrities attending. Alex's speech moved the room. From the filthiest food to feeding with love, that's my story. Ours. Spring saw the eatery reborn. Grand reopening packed. Media buzzed. Alex interviewed on podcasts, sharing LGBT triumphs. Ryan came out publicly in a college essay, crediting Alex. He fed me literally and figuratively. Pride swelled. As summer dawned, Alex reflected on the title of his life, From Victim to Victor. Feeding the bully's son for free. It was the sweetest revenge kindness. In the golden haze of another New York autumn, Alex stood at the window of Heart's Harvest, watching leaves swirl like memories. The eatery, rebuilt stronger, symbolized his journey resilient, flavorful. Ryan, now a sophomore, interned full-time summers, dreaming of his own spot. You'll be my partner one day, Alex joked. Jake's transformation completed. He started a support group in Iowa for allies, inspired by Alex. Full circle, Jake said during a visit. Ethan and Alex's adoption process advanced. A baby girl, Sophia, entered their lives. Cradling her, Alex whispered, "You'll know only love." The story's climax came subtly, a letter from Jefferson High, inviting Alex to speak at commencement. Returning to Iowa, he faced the cafeteria ghosts. On stage, he shared, "I was given the filthiest food here for being gay. But years later, I fed my bully's son for free." Forgiveness isn't weakness, it's strength. Applause roared. Jake and Ryan in the audience, proud. Back in New York, life flourished, love, family, purpose. The end wasn't an end, but a beginning. Alex knew, in America's heart, change was possible. From pain to grace, one meal at a time.